Asian elephants could be the math kings of the jungle. They're found to possess numerical skills similar to those of humans. Asian elephants demonstrate numerical ability which is closer to that observed in humans rather than in any other animal, according to new research from Springer. Asian elephants demonstrate numeric ability which is closer to that observed in humans rather than in any other animal, according to lead author Naoko Ira of Sokendai, the Graduate University for Advanced Studies in the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science in Japan. In a study published in the Springer-branded Journal of Ethology, Irie and her colleagues found that an Asian elephant's sense of numbers is not affected by distance, magnitude, or ratios of presented numerosities, and therefore provides initial experimental evidence that non-human animals have cognitive characteristics similar to human counting. Previous research shows that many animals have some form of numerical competence, even though they do not use language. However, this numerical ability is mainly based on inaccurate quantity instead of absolute numbers. In this study, the researchers aim to replicate the results of previous research that already show that the Asian elephants have exceptional numerical competence. Iria and her colleagues developed a new method to test how well the animals can judge relative quantity. They successfully trained a 40-year-old Asian elephant called Otai from the Ueno Zoo in Japan to use a computer-controlled touch panel. The program was specifically designed to examine the cognition of elephants so that any unintended factors potentially influencing the results could be ruled out. Otai was presented with a relative numerosity judgment task on the screen and then had to indicate with the tip of her trunk which one of the two figures shown to her at the time contained more items. These ranged from 0 to 10 items and contained pictures of bananas, watermelons, and apples. The fruit were not all presented in the same size to ensure that Otai did not make her choice purely on the total area that was covered with illustrations per card. Otai was rewarded whenever she chose the figures featuring the larger number of items. This she did correctly 181 out of 271 times, a success rate of almost 67%. Her ability to accurately pinpoint the figure with the most fruits on it was not affected by the magnitude, distance, or ratio of the comparisons. Otai's reaction time was, however, influenced by the distance and ratio between the two figures presented. She needed significantly more time to make her selection between figures which were relatively smaller distances and large ratios were presented. Quote, "We found that her performance was unaffected by distance, magnitude, or the ratios of the presented numerosities, but consisted with observations of human counting. She required a longer time to respond to comparison with smaller distances," explained Irie. This study provides the first experimental evidence that non-human animals have cognitive characteristics partially identical to human counting. According to Irie, this is not an ability that the Asian elephant shares with the two species of African elephants. She says that because the species diverged more than 7.6 million years ago, it's highly probable that each developed different cognitive abilities. Source of this is Springer and Journal Review, Naoki Iri, Unique Numerical Competence of Asian Elephant on the Relative Numerosity Judgment Task, Journal of Ethology. This on Science Daily.